Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. This week, obviously I am back for another recipe, and what we are going to do today is we're going to kind of change it up a little bit now that spring is here and summer is on its way. It's right around the corner, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to change it up a little bit from those heavy meals, the sauce and meatballs and the all those kind of things, stuffed shells and stuff like that. I know that there's a couple of recipes that I didn't get to, but posting one recipe a week, that's what happens. You can only bank so many recipes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to change things up a little bit now that spring's here. Going into the summer, we're going to start doing some lighter recipes, some refreshing recipes, okay? So that's what we're going to do today. What we're going to do is we are making a pasta salad. Okay, but it's going to be, maybe a little bit different than most people make it. So here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a cold salad. Okay, there's nothing going to be hot about this at all. Pasta salads are usually cold. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a 3-cheese tortellini for the pasta instead of screws or penne or something like that. Okay, so we're going to use tortellini for that. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a basil and garlic pesto today for the sauce. So if you guys like pesto, this would be a great recipe for you guys. Okay, so let's run down the ingredients super quick. Got a ton of fresh basil. This smells fantastic. I got my 3-cheese tortellini here. I got some olive oil here. I got some salami, some pepperoni, some mozzarella cheese. I got a bulb of garlic over here, a red onion. We got some cherry tomatoes over here. We have a red pepper here, some fresh grated Parmesan Reggiano over here, some salt, some pepper, and we also have some toasted walnuts. I recommend you guys to toast those, okay? That's for the pesto. All right, so I'm going to clear the other thing you guys are going to need too for this recipe. You're either going to need one really big mortar and pestle, or you're going to need a food processor to make this. Okay, so at least the sauce part. The rest of it, listen, you're boiling this, you're cutting this up, you're throwing it all into a bowl and you're mixing it. That's what this recipe is about. Simple, quick, shouldn't be a long recipe. And I know I say that in all my recipes and they wind up being a half hour. Okay, so on with this. Let me get my my food processor set up, and then we'll start dropping these pastas. 3 minutes for this, super quick. Okay, be right back. Okay, so I got my food processor set up. I've got my basil. I got about 4 cups of basil. Okay, we're just going to throw that in. This is going to be seen from the food processor point of view for this part. Okay, we're also going to throw our toasted walnuts in, and we are going to throw in, I got 3 cloves of garlic, but we're going to do 2 right now. Okay, and that's what we're going to put in for right now. We're not going to do much more until I see how this goes down. Now, one of the small little keys to this type of thing is don't leave your food processor on. Okay, you just want to pulse it at this point, because the motor gets hot and it has a tendency maybe of changing the color of your pesto. So we're going to try to keep this a little bit on the lighter side. All right, and then we'll add in the other ingredients. So we're just going to pulse it a couple times just to break things up. Okay, now you can see what that looks like. That looks actually really, really good. Like that. Okay, so that's how I do it. Now, other people might do it, much differently. That's fine. No big deal on that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our freshly grated Parmesan cheese. This is 1 full cup that I have here. Okay. And we're going to do the same. I just do this just to incorporate the ingredients before I start adding the oil. So this is what we're doing. We're just pulsing. Okay, so I know now, just by looking at it, the color of it, I know that I'm gonna need the rest of it. Okay, so in goes the rest of the Parm cheese. Okay, and now we're gonna put a pinch of salt. We're gonna put a pinch of pepper. All right, pulse that again. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding the oil. Okay, this, now you wanna add this very slow because you're trying to get a emulsion out of this, okay? So your olive oil goes in slow and you're trying to get a consistency of paste. All right, now I like mine, if I'm doing it with a pasta salad, a cold pasta salad, I do like mine a little bit on the looser side. Not a lot, but a little bit, because this way when you take your pasta salad out of the refrigerator later on, it sits for a bit, then you automatically, you know, can toss it, and it gives it a little bit more, it's loose, you know, it's not as tight. Okay, so now is where we turn around and start adding in the oil through the top of the food processor. Okay, so now we're going to stop. I know I need more, but what we're going to do is we're just gonna scrape down the sides. You never made a pesto before? This is fantastic stuff right here. Okay, and now we're gonna continue. We're gonna add some more oil to it, some olive oil to it. Okay, sorry about the noise, but I just wanted to keep you guys with me just so you know exactly how this plays out in the end. Okay, so see, this is not too, it's not too wet and it's not too dry, right? Okay, so now we're gonna taste this for seasoning. Good Lord. Got just a little bit more salt. Pinch more salt. Pinch more pepper. And just a tiny bit of olive oil. Okay, see how this, okay, so that's about what you're looking for. Okay, let me taste this. Oh, fantastic. Okay guys, so this is what you're looking for. Okay, I'm going to stick this in another bowl so you guys can see this. You can see down on the bottom there's a little bit of oil that's coming through. That's what I want. I don't want it too wet. I don't want it too dry. All right, let's get up cutting up some vegetables. Okay, so the transfer now to the bowl. Oh, look how gorgeous this is. It's going to be awesome on this salad. Gonna be really, really awesome. It's real garlicky, real cheesy. Okay, guys, there's our pesto. There you go. Okay, on to cutting up some vegetables. All right, so let's cut up some cheese. Now, the whole idea behind this here is you want all the ratios to be 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Okay, so you don't want more of something than something else, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So as much cheese as you have in there, that's how much pepperoni you want in there. As much pepperoni as you want in there, that's about how much salami that you're going to put in there, and so on and so forth with all your ingredients. Now, this isn't a set recipe, guys. You guys can turn around and put whatever you want. Now, I would try to make everything the same size except for the onion. Okay, so this is it. This is what I would do with the cheese. Little tiny squares like that so it doesn't overpower the pasta. Okay, on to cutting up the pepperoni. All right, onto the pepperoni. So all I do here with the pepperoni is I take it just like this, and I got to cut it like this because I don't want to cut myself, so I'm sorry if it's blocking the way. Okay, just like this, right? Not a big deal. Again, you're trying to stay somewhere around the size of your pasta. Okay, just like this. So I do about that. Okay, now if you want to, you can cut it again like this. Okay, just like that, and then you can cut it just like this. Okay, so you can cut it either way, like that or a little bit smaller. Okay, onto the salami. All right, so if you guys buy this at the deli, I bought this salami at the deli. I could have bought something like pre-packaged or something where it was already kind of cut up and already a little bit chunky. I just like to have the availability of cutting it my own way. It's really all it comes down to be. Okay, so what I do is I just cut it in half, just like this. And then I do the same thing, just pretending that it was cheese. Okay, I cut it the same way. Okay, just like this. Just like that. And just like that. And then what I'm going to do is we're just going to turn it up. Just like that. Basically put it back together, right? But you can cut this any way you want. You guys like it big or small or whatever. About the same size as the pepperoni. Okay, onion time. Okay, so on to cutting up the onion. Now, you guys have seen me cut onions before. I've explained how to cut an onion up, okay? Now, it depends on what I'm personally doing with the onion. Usually, I will cut the onion this way so I can hold on to the root, right? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Just for this instant only, when I'm doing a salad, I just take this just like this, and I just take off this. This is probably the way most people do this, I would say. There's nothing really going on here with this. But just because you want it to look a certain way in your salad, right? And what I go for is I go and then I just cut it, take it and cut it again. All right. Then I take it and I put it up on edge just like this because I'm looking for strips. I'm not looking to chop. I'm not looking to dice. So what I'm trying to do is this. Okay. Thin slices just like that. Now I'm cutting at an angle here, so it's hard for me to see the onion with my hand there, and two, as you can see, I'm usually better at cutting things. Okay, so this is how I want the onion in this salad, right? Strips, just like that. You cut them as thin or thick as you like it, okay? All right, it's pepper time. So once again, you guys have all seen me cut peppers. I just find that this is the easiest way to cut a pepper, right? I'm just taking it from the outside like this, just like that. See, and then you're left with the core, right? You don't have to play games with it. You don't have to deal with anything. And then you can see exactly what you're cutting as far as when you're inside the pepper. Okay, so we don't need a lot of pepper for this. I mean, you can if you want to put it in there. A lot of pepper, go ahead, put a whole bunch in, whatever you want to do. So we don't cut it from the back side, from the skin side, right? We're just going to cut it just like this. There's not too much white vein in there, so I'm not really concerned about removing that. Okay, so now these pieces for me, for a salad, are a little bit too big. Okay, so what I'm going to do, that's it. That's what we got. Our peppers cut up. That's how I do it. Okay, we'll be right back, and we're going to get on with the tomatoes. Okay, so here we go with our cherry tomatoes. Nothing special here, right? I mean, it all depends. If you guys want to leave them whole, leave them whole. All right, so we're just going to take them over here, and we're just gonna have them. That's it. That's all I do with them. We just have these. Okay, just like this. I know you can't really see what I'm doing because of the camera angle, but this is what I do. And I try to make these, try to pick these out so they're the size of your tortellini. That would be really good to have that kind of balance when you're in the salad. Now, I always cut up more than needed, right? Because you'll see at the end, I just pick off a plate, and that's how I balance my salads. Okay, that's it. That's how we cut up our tomatoes for the salad. Okay, so here we go. We got some boiling water. We're going to salt this, okay? Just like that. We're going to dump our pasta in, just like that. We're going to let this go 3 minutes. Be right back. All right, got about 30 seconds left to this pasta. What we're going to do is we're just going to bring another bowl in here. This is the bowl that I'm going to use to actually make the salad at the end. Okay, so you might as well just put it in here now. We're going to drain them using a spider, right? Okay, and we're going to kill the heat now because we got like 5 seconds left. And we're going to drain these pretty good, right? We're going to, okay. So that's that. We're going to drain these pretty good with the spider. We're going to leave them in this glass bowl. You could put them in another bowl. You could put them in a plastic bowl. They would probably cool down a little bit better because glass, you know, obviously it holds the heat in. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to finish getting the rest of these out. These smell fantastic too. Okay, most of the water, just like that. Okay, all right, and then we're just gonna let these cool, and as soon as they cool, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how I put all this together. Okay, guys, stay tuned. Video's almost done. Okay, guys, I let the pasta sit in the refrigerator for about 40 minutes. Okay, so now this is actually cold. That's exactly how I want it. I did not rinse this pasta either, okay? So I do actually want the starch on it. It'll make the pesto cling a little bit to it, okay? All right, so now I have all those ingredients that I cut up prior. I have those off camera here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start out little by little, adding some ingredients in here, okay? Again, you wanna try to balance out 1-to-1 as far as ratio goes. So I always cut up more. If you guys watch my channel, you guys know that I always usually go a little bit overboard with some stuff and different ingredients because, you know, I want to make sure I have enough so I can just pull from different plates and, you know, I'll always have enough, okay? So we put the pepperoni, we put the salami in. Here's the mozzarella cheese now in some little cubes. We're gonna throw in some red onion. Again, this is all on how much that you guys actually want. You know, if you don't want a lot of red onion, you know, don't put it in. These ingredients are exactly what you want in a salad. Okay, we're gonna throw a couple of peppers in here, some red peppers. We're also going to throw in now some cherry tomatoes, and then we're going to add some of this beautiful, I have to intercept this is beautiful pesto. Okay, again, if you guys never made this, give this a shot. Okay, so now we're gonna be very liberal with this. Okay, because I don't personally like a dry salad. And the only thing that we're going to do now is we're going to fold this in. We're going to not so much toss it, but we're just going to kind of fold it in, get everything coated. The whole idea of this salad too is presentation. You guys see all the different colors in here. That's done for a reason, or at least I do it for a reason. The 3 colors of the tortellini, all the red, the purple, the white, you know, I mean the color of the pepperoni, the bright green pesto, you know, I mean it's all done for a reason. So you know, you guys know that about me, I think, by now. I don't know, we'll see. But okay, so we're just gonna fold the pesto in just like this, get everything nice and coated. Now again, I don't like a dry salad, okay? So I tend to put a little bit more on than, you know, maybe you would, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. That's just how I like it. But I don't want to put so much on that I'm hiding all the colors either, right? So you want to keep that in mind as well. Okay, let's see, this looks really, really good. Okay. Okay, so I think we got this mixed up to where about I want to. Now the other thing that you can do, and I'll be right back. The other thing that you can do, if you feel that your pasta salad is a little dry, which I don't think this is too dry, because you got to remember this will set up a little bit when it's in the refrigerator. I'm just going to add just a little bit more oil, a little bit more olive oil to it, and then we're gonna toss it again, just like this. Okay, and this is how I do my pasta salad, 3 cheese tortellini pasta salad. Okay, so if you guys want to add other stuff into this, you can absolutely do this. I think this looks really, really good. Okay, so if you guys want to add more stuff into it, I'll throw a little more pepperoni in it, a little more salami in it. Might as well throw some cheese up in it, right? Just like that. Okay, and we'll mix one more time, and then that's a take. That's a good one. I think we're going to leave it just like this. And this is it's like a meal itself too, right? You know, you put this on a plate. Okay. Okay, guys, that's it. That's how we do the tortellini and pesto salad. Okay, I'll be right back. We're going to plate this up, and we're going to see how this looks on a plate. Should be very good. Okay, so we are now ready to plate this. All right. I can't wait to dig into this. Cameras go off. Yep, it's on, right? Do something like this. Get some tomatoes, some cheese. So I hope you guys make this recipe. This is a fantastic recipe. I know in the beginning I said that I wasn't going to make heavy dishes, but I think that this here is an outstanding recipe for the summertime. If you bring this to a party, I think that people would be extremely pleased on how this tastes. Okay, so now just to finish it off, what we're gonna do, like, there's not enough cheese in it already, but hey, you know, that's just what we're gonna do today. We're gonna take it and we're gonna put a little bit of cheese, just like that. Just like that. Okay? All right, guys. Here's another recipe for everyone. Okay, this is my 3-cheese tortellini pasta salad for summertime. You guys get a chance to make this, hit this one up. It's a good one. You take it to parties, you just snack on it. You can use it as a meal. You can do whatever you want to. Okay, guys, you guys like this video, put a thumbs up if you can. Subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for another recipe next week. We're going to keep these recipes rolling as long as my channel is doing well. Okay, you can also sprinkle a little bit of olive oil if you're just doing a plating thing, just like that. Make it look a little more fresher, and that's it. All right, everybody have a great week, and I will see you in next week's recipe.